Well, good morning. I slept in my car, which is what I usually do. And I woke up and there was not a cloud in the sky. So I just sat in my car and sat outside and watched the sunrise at Point Imperial. And now I'm heading to Cape Royal. And what I'm hoping to be able to do is oftentimes when you get cloudless sunrises, then you look for more detailed pictures and shots to go take. You obviously can't take epic landscapes because, well, there's no clouds and so there's no color. So you look for more detailed shots. And Point Imperial is about 8,800 feet above sea level, so it's fairly cool, but also the North Rim, which a lot of people don't realize, at least this section of the North Rim, is alpine forest. So what I'm hoping to do is drive along here and maybe find some areas to go hike that would be forested, and maybe I can find a meadow or something, and just something different than what you would normally find for a Grand Canyon shot. Because typically Grand Canyon shots are going to be your epic landscapes, and in this case I'm looking for more intimate landscapes. So anyways, that's what I'm doing, is I'm driving along, heading to Cape Royal and looking for something that might answer the bill, but we'll see. So, driving along the road here, heading up to Cape Royal from Point Imperial, and I drove along. It's still early morning, and I just saw this wispy grass with the yellow and green tinges, and these kind of burnt out hulks of trees, and it just seemed like it was a really interesting scene, and I thought I'd come here and see if it's something that I can photograph. Just looks really kind of interesting, and it's not my typical, but you can kind of see into the forest here, and just I think the contrast between the yellow and the green, and then the blackened trunks of the trees just look kind of interesting. But I don't know if there's a picture here. But that's what I'm kind of stopping to see if there might be something here that I can photograph. Like I said, I was attracted by the wispy grass. It just looked really kind of interesting. And it's really hard to find a clean forest floor. Forest floors generally tend to be messy. Like you contrast this with across the street. And you see what I mean by clean versus messy forest floors. This is a pretty typical forest floor. Kind of messy. A lot of downed trees and stuff. And you can see there wasn't much of a fire through here. But yeah, this is kind of messy over here. And then you get this over here, which is just... the grass really just kind of helps to tame it, if you will. Of course, the reason why the grass is there is because these trees are dead. And there was a fire through here. And I'm not necessarily sure that there's a photograph here. I like the grass, but I don't know. I think I like the grass. That's what it all boils down to, is a nice clean forest floor. I was hoping there might be something here to photograph, but I'm not really convinced that there is. I don't think burnt out tree hooks are going to lend themselves to anything. Of course, it is an interesting contrast with the black of the trunks and then the yellows of the grass. Well, I think I'm going to pass on this one. I wanted to stop and check it out and see if there was anything here. Again, I really like the floor. I don't know. Leave me comments and tell me what you think. Tell me if you think that maybe I should have taken the shot or taken a shot here. I've noticed something that I think is kind of interesting, and that is the older I get, the less willing I am to take a shot just to take a shot. It's like the older I get, there has to be something compelling. There has to be a composition that's, for me, just beautiful and, like I say, compelling. And I'm noticing it more and more and more that when I go out to go shoot, I come back with fewer and fewer frames, which is kind of interesting because I've always gone out and shot a lot of frames and kind of culled through them and whatever. And now I'm finding that my culling is much easier because there's so few frames that I shoot. I may, this entire trip, I may only shoot maybe 50 shots, if that. Whereas in my older days, my younger days actually, I would probably shoot several hundred at least. And I don't do that anymore. I'm more selective about what I shoot. I'm more selective about when I shoot. Something has to strike me. And I don't know if that's maturity or if that's just getting better at the craft of photography. I'm not really sure, but it's just something that I've noticed. Like in my younger days, I would have probably taken the shot back there, and I probably would have taken 4 or 5 different compositions, and I would have brought them home, and I would have looked at them, and I would have ended up just getting rid of them. But now it's like I shoot what I want to shoot, and I shoot when I want to shoot, and just because something strikes me at first doesn't mean that there's something there for me to shoot. And I think that that's a fairly big lesson that I've learned as I've gotten older, is not everything is worthy of committing. bytes and bits as opposed to film. As in the old days, you used to wonder if something was worth committing to film. And I remember in the film days I was a lot more selective because, well, with film you had to be more selective because it cost more. And you had to get it developed, and then you had to get it printed, and it was just a much more cumbersome process. Less so today with digital. And so I think that kind of lends itself to people thinking that you can just shoot whatever you want to shoot. And you can. But you've also got a whole lot of work then going through and culling out photographs that you may not want, that are just eating up hard drive space and eating up your time in terms of trying to figure out what's valuable and what's not. So anyways, just an observation. So here I am at Cape Final Trail. It's about, so I'd probably say it's about a 1.5 mile trail. I just hiked it and came back to get my camera stuff. There's a few good places where it looks like there's some good shots. And so I'm going to go ahead and head on up and hike it. And like I say, it's up and down small hills, and you're hiking through alpine forest, which is just drop dead gorgeous. And the views from Cape Final are drop dead gorgeous as well. So off we go. Oh, good Lord, that's beautiful. The light's great. Clouds are awesome. Look at that. Look at the light play upon the land. It's just stunning. This is what I came to shoot. It's this particular view. It's just drop dead gorgeous. Look at this. Whew. Yeah. Just stunning. Beyond words.
Wow. Okay, well here's the scene I'm trying to shoot. You can see out here in the land, you can see kind of some of the clouds, but you see the sun kind of lighting everything up. And this over here is a little bit in darkness. And I'm trying to capture that here on my screen. And what I've done is I've framed my picture. I don't know if you can even see it. I don't know if you can even see it, but essentially I'm framing it between two trees. I've got a tree right there, and then I've got this over here. So basically I'm framing between those two trees. And right now I'm shooting at ISO 100 f/16 at 1/80th of a second. And it's just drop dead gorgeous. It is just gorgeous. Okay, I'm on my way to Cape Royal. Not that far from there. Cape Final is, well, yeah, just looking at the Grand Canyon right there as it kind of slid by me there. The North Rim is so different from the South Rim. The South Rim is more like high desert, and the North Rim here is more like alpine forest. And so you got all these spruces and pines, and you're up at over 8,000 feet. In some cases, you're up to like almost 9,000 feet. And so it's much cooler. Like right now, it's about 86 degrees out. And I'm sure that down there in the South Rim, it's probably over 100 degrees, just because it's been really, really hot in Arizona. We've been having a heat wave. I know that in Phoenix today, it's probably 115. It's just crazy hot. So I've come to the other side of Cape Royal here. Wutan Throne and Vishnu Temple just was not lighting up, and so I came over here, see if I can catch some of this with the canyon down here. And so I've got it for the most part framed up right here, and I'm doing a focus stack where I'm doing the trees and the stuff that's close by. Get my finger here, this stuff here, get the stuff here in focus, and then the stuff in the canyon in focus, and then I am underexposing the sky so I can get more of that yellow glow. So right now I'm going to go ahead and hit down below there.
In fact, climbers can even get special things called approach shoes, which are lightweight shoes that are grippy on rocks, but not full up climbing boots.
So a quarter of an inch, a quarter of a second, f/16, ISO 100, and then I'm getting into the canyon wall over there. Focus over there. Take that shot, and then I'm going to underexpose by 2 shots. And so that's what the underexposed shot looks like with the sky. And then these are the properly exposed shots. Again, with the underexposed sky. Yeah, I'm not convinced we're going to get clouds lighting up tonight. I'm getting a little bit over there by where the sun's set, but not much. But these ones over here are not lighting up. Maybe because of the cloud bank. There may be a cloud bank that's keeping the sun's rays from coming up and displaying. We're definitely in blue hour. It's drop dead gorgeous, but I don't think we're going to get anything more than what we got. All right. Not thinking that these things are going to light up at all. I was kind of hoping for, some pretty pinks and some reds and maybe some oranges, but mosquitoes. But it seems that I'm not going to be that fortunate. Yeah, the gray behind me too. There's no color. I think this is it. So I'm going to go ahead and pack up and call it a day, and go find my campsite. And then my campsite's really just a parking place where I can park my car and I can set my car up so that I can sleep in it tonight. So if there's enough light, I'll show you guys that. If not, then we'll talk with you later, and this will probably be the end of the video. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed all these. And if you did, just hit the like button down below and subscribe. And hit the little bell, and when another one of these comes out, you'll be notified. So thanks, and we'll talk with you all later. Thanks. Bye.